I'll get you a Rolls Royce, throw in a few butlers for luck. And one day he came up to see me in Norwich. He always signed in at the best hotel. Even if he didn't have the money, sometimes he left his watch. And he signed in as Lord Beaconsfield. And he came over to me and he said, come and see how they're treating me at the hotel. They're laying the red carpet out, they're all bowing and scraping to me. And so I did. I went over with him, only to have two biggest detectives you ever saw come up to us, and they had gone through his case and found 5 Woodbines and shirts from Marks and Spencer's and Woolworths. I just thought, well, this is the time to tell him, because I didn't want to marry him. He was getting more work, so he didn't have so much time to write, but we could keep in touch, because I wrote to see how he was, and he wrote back straight away, and then finished, you know.
Notwithstanding this early rejection, Stella's career seemed unstoppable. After a stint at the Windmill Theatre, he was recruited into Ted Ray's hit radio show, Raise a Laugh. This was the age of radio, and Sellers became a household name. Now able to command high fees, he would never be short of money again.
And Raise a Laugh!
He acquired a 16mm camera and an agent, Dennis Selinger, who would represent him for the rest of his life. It was Selinger who introduced him to an up-and-coming young actress who would become his wife.
I would think I probably laughed more with him than anybody I've known in my life. Probably cried more, too. He always said what he saw himself as it was a big, fat, jolly boy. And he was really very fat. Well, he was about 14.5 stone, I think, then. He had sort of long, wavy hair. He used to wear these huge suits with great, wide shoulders. I think he looked a bit like a spib, really, you know. I don't think I was particularly bowled over by him at that time, but I went to see him on stage, and I think that's really when I started to be interested, because on stage he was absolutely extraordinary, wonderful. When I first met him, he was doing Raise a Laugh, and then of course the Goon Show.
You got your stock full of spaghetti ready, Echo?
Yeah, I'm keeping mine warm.
Ah.
I got it out.
Yeah.
I should live with him in his house. I noticed a rather unpleasant relationship between him and his mother. I used to sleep on a lilo by his bed. I spent half the bloody night blowing it up, and it spent the rest of the night going down when I slept on it. So I'd end up on floorboards. And he'd say in the morning, Peg, Peg, Peg. What is it, dear? Can I have some breakfast, Peg? And I realized that he was doomed for a heart attack through sheer lack of activity. He'd always sit and never stand. He bought shoes with elastic sides, so he wouldn't have to bend down to tie up the laces. And I said, I said, please, you're not taking much exercise. No, I don't need it, he said, I'm naturally fit.
Sellers was a rising star. Milligan was a struggling scriptwriter. They quickly became firm friends. As the architect of one of the most revolutionary comedy programs of its time, The Goons, their names were to be linked forever.
He was really instrumental in getting me into the BBC. He was very kind like that.
Now then, what were you saying about those?
It's my new correspondence course in muscle-type development. Training the type heave.
Do some.
Heaving type swing. Push-up. Wrench lift. Wiki. Make funny face. Wait for applause, not discussion. Push-up lift. Ooh.
That was the Goose Show, a recorded program featuring Peter Sellers, Harry Peakham and Spike Milligan, with arrangement quartet of Max Gilbert. The orchestra was conducted by Wally Scott.
I mean, I never thought of anything other than the fact that I missed doing the Goon Show on Sunday. I mean, a big thing in my life, anyone said to me, when did you have the most fun? What were your happiest days? Well, there was a Sunday.
Sellers first got to know Milligan at Grafton, a pub in Victoria, which by 1949 had become an informal meeting place for young comedians. Two other regulars were Harry Peakham and Michael Benton. The four quickly recognized each other as kindred spirits.
Enter an agent for Harry Peakham, Jimmy Grafton, Major Grafton, because who ran a pub in Westminster. Jimmy had an in with the BBC and was scriptwriting. Through Harry, Jimmy met Michael Benteen. Through Michael Benteen, Jimmy met Peter Sellers. Through all of them, they met up with Spike Milligan.
We used to meet at the Grafton Arms when we used to go through this insane mime routine which kept customers out of the pub for months.
We used to experiment with an old wire recorder, do our own shows. Or we'd put an LP on it of Arthur Rubinstein playing the piano, and we'd pretend to be the old, good old Arthur, good about the old left-hander, Arthur, so interjecting over the music.
In 1951, the four had their first show on the BBC. It was produced by Dennis Mayne Wilson.
They wouldn't have just called us the first two as the Goon Show. It had to be called Crazy People. Because somebody said, nobody would know who the Goons are. And I think it was Peter who said, nobody knew who Take It From Here is. Michael Benteen left because he wanted to do comedy his way. And then the second show was he insisted on doing show.
I mean, we had common things like Lewis Carroll, and I was introduced to this Canadian humorist, Stephen Leacock, who wrote very funny things, which could have come out of the Goon Show. I mean, something of the lad's upturned face appealed to him. He threw a brick at it, that kind of thing. So we had those things in common, and the Marx Brothers, and we're all devotees of Buster Keaton rather than Charlie Chaplin. And we both had movie cameras. Well, but whereas I'd had a Bell and Howell, he'd have an Iflex.
And we took pictures of undercrank. We like undercrank film. All that. I do them very well. I have an 8mm camera, and he has a 16mm camera, so he's richer than me. He's richer by 8mm.
Moriarty, take a letter in gargling fluid to the Postmaster General. Dear General, according to the shape of my knees, I believe that an illegal raffle for the equator is being held, and for certain monies I will reveal the organizer. Let's have that back.
Remember when we first met up, we had this thing inside us, we wanted to express ourselves in a sort of surrealistic form. We thought in cartoons, we thought in blackouts, we thought in sketches, we thought of mad characters, we thought of take a situation and instead of letting it end normally, let it end the other way, twist it around, you know.
How about this one here? Oh, that. Of course. That is the great pyramid of Thutmose III, son of Ka, the sun god, great pharaoh of the upper and lower Nile kingdoms, conqueror of the Scythians, the Assyrians, treasure vault of the Ptolemies, and the greatest pyramid in the world. How much? 8 bob.
8 silver shillings for a pyramid? But it's second-hand.
The man must be an Egyptologist. No, I can't pay 8 shillings. All right, very well, then 9.
9 and 6.
10 shillings.
10 and 6.
Sold to the knit in the plasticine boots and lead trilby.
The characters became, they became real, so real for us. It's strange when you listen to the show.